Yield 4 minutes to the gentleman from Virginia, my good friend, Representative Beyer.
The gentleman from Virginia is recognized for 4 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. As co-chair of this House Endangered Species Caucus, I rise today in strong opposition to H.R. 845. This bill, formerly called the Trust in Science Act, has gone under a rebrand since the best available science contradicts this politically motivated bill. I'm here to remind the American people of some key facts underlying this bill. First, a small reminder, people are predators too. In fact, we're the most successful apex predator of all time. This has the deeply unpopular Project 2025's name all over this. Look at page 534, Part 3, Section 16, where delisting the gray wolf is listed as the second highest priority for the Department of Interior, just behind delisting the grizzly bear. Despite the Trump administration's incompetence and chaos, we have not forgotten about the direction coming from Project 2025 and the damage already done to our country. Second, this bill fails to recognize the status of gray wolves today, taking us back to an outdated rulemaking that didn't hold up in court. It's important to recognize state-by-state differences in wolf recovery, but also in state-sanctioned predation. What does the best available recovery science say today? That's what we should be supporting. Gray wolf recovery goals are outdated, and they need to be updated. And that's what we should be working on instead of this extinction effort. And that's what this is. Permission to once again reduce wolf population in the lowest 48 to 0. And we know that premature delisting hinders the ability of gray wolves to be delisted legitimately. Today, wolves continue to face ongoing serious threats to their survival, including poaching, habitat loss, and a patchwork of inconsistent state mismanagement. The protections of the ESA have allowed gray wolf populations across the country to stabilize and regain strength. If delisted nationally, gray wolves will once again be hunted and trapped to the point of extinction. If we actually wanted to trust the science, we see that the gray wolf has made progress in their recovery, but also that wolves in the northern Rocky Mountains are being killed in dramatic numbers, even the celebrated Yellowstone National Park's gray wolves. The Biden administration recognized this and put forth a national wolf recovery plan that was supposed to be released last week on December 12th. This highly anticipated plan would have developed a comprehensive nationwide recovery plan that would have engaged the public to help develop a unified recovery approach based on scientific evidence, but unfortunately, the Trump administration hastily announced its cancellation last November. By the way, the only reason Canadian wolves were necessary because we had killed every last lower 48 wolf. And finally, I have to address the spurious argument that protecting pets and livestock somehow is ample justification for delisting the wolves. In Montana, Mr. Speaker, fewer than 60 livestock out of almost 3 million are killed every year by wolves. That's a loss of one loss for every 50,000 cows or sheep. That is a very tiny loss ratio compared to deaths by accident, lightning, freezing temperature, and all the other natural hazards that come from living outside 365 days a year. Not to mention that most of these animals are being raised to be slaughtered. The numbers don't look much different in Wyoming or Idaho. And ranchers are compensated very generously for losses related to wolves, always more than market value, sometimes 3 times the value of the animal lost. Mr. Speaker, State Farm reported that 93,000 dogs, not 5 or 10, 93,000 were hit by cars in 2022, yet no one has suggested banishing automobiles. I love dogs. Most of us do. We know how smart and complicated and ferociously loyal they are. They are just wolves we have tamed. And there is abundant evidence that wolf families are more like human families than any other species. Wolves and men have evolved together over the millennia. One reason wolves show up in all our most important stories, poems, and songs. When we kill all the wolves, we kill something in our own humanity. When we deny our connection to nature and to what is beautiful and glorious. How can we proclaim the wonder of existence, the generosity of a loving God, and then hate the charismatic creatures he has also given to this world? I urge my colleagues to kill this bill. Thank you.